Festool just released the Granat PROfile sanding pads. They come in the 3x4, 3x5, 4x6, the 5-inch, and the 6-inch shapes. Each package comes with a bunch of profile sanding pads. They're 1/2-inch thick foam with sandpaper on the backside. There's 3 different grits. The first one is the super fine, which is like 500 to 600 grit. Then there's a fine grit, which is 240 to 320. And then there's a medium, which is 120 to 180. And the release of these sanding pads is kind of timely for me because I'm working on this big conference table and I've cut out this little profile right here with the bandsaw, which I now need to sand. And I think it's either going to be this 4x6 sander or this 5-inch round sander. So I'm going to pull out the medium grit, and all you do is just stick it on the bottom of your sander. And same thing with the round one, just make sure you line up the holes. And then this 1/2-inch foam pad just makes it so that it will mold to the profile a little bit easier. So I'm gonna try sand with this one and see how I get in there, and then try the round one and see which one works better. So that's actually working quite good. You can see I'm already starting to take off a lot of the bandsaw saw marks there, but I'm gonna switch over to the round one and see if it does any better. So both work quite well, but I think for this application, this rectangle one works a whole lot better. They also have pads for this delta-shaped one, which is a really handy one for getting down into some corners and tight spaces and stuff like that. So maybe you've got a profile kind of like this. So you can start by putting the sander on here and just flexing that foam and then sanding all the way along and getting across most of the profile. And then you can turn the sander and get into the corners like this using the edge and the point of the sander. And then same thing along the bottom there and same thing along here. But if you find you have a hard time getting right down into the corners right there, which is always a problem with sanding, then Festool also makes some really good hand sanding blocks. So this one here is a square one but with really sharp corners on it. And then this one here is a unique shaped one where you've got a really sharp corner, and then you've got a rounded edge on it and a square edge on it. So then you can come down into these really fine spots right here and really get down into the corners and sand, whether you're using that really fine triangle one there, or maybe this 90-degree one right in the corner there. And then you can really get down into those stubborn spots and get those sanded out that are sometimes hard to get with the sander.